I'm Tom Campbell from Cultaholic.com, joined by an ASCII code rendering of Adam Pacitti, and the news, quite like these big wheels, keep on turning today, don't they?
2 news videos in as many hours, you lucky, lucky devils.
Straight in. A big tag team return is planned for this Friday night SmackDown. A former UFC champion in talks with WWE and AEW. And an update on the Colt Cabana CM Punk lawsuit. We'll get into that very soon. Conspicuous by their absence after one of them did that thing that time, the Usos.
Which one was it, Tom?
Stuart.
Which one did the Stuart Uso?
Stuart Uso.
Stewie Uso. Stuso, as they call him.
The lesser known triplet. It was Jimmy Naughty James Uso. Naughty James, you naughty engine. Yeah, they've not been on television for a while, the Usos, have they, Adam?
They have not, but some good news coming courtesy of Wrestling Inc., who are reporting that the Usos will make their return to WWE TV on this Friday night SmackDown, the premiere on Fox. Happy to see them back.
It's not, I don't think they've been on TV since like the end of July.
No, yeah, July the 29th, and they had the 3-way with Gallows and Anderson and the Revival, who were the champions at the time, the triple threat match.
Was that the night that John Cena did a rap about their DUI? Or was it, they made a joke about it, and then a bit afterwards, then another one happened? Something like that. We're a news channel. And so since then, they've just been away. I think there were some issues with Jimmy getting into Canada because now he's obviously got criminal convictions,
yes.
Which means that he can't go to Canada, and they're a bit funny about that sort of thing. So they just kept them off TV and just sort of rested them. WWE are doing this a lot more now, where they just go, we haven't got anything for you. We're just going to sit you out until we've got something for you. And, you know, they're loading up this Friday night show on Fox. Apparently it's quite a big deal for wrestling.
They're still Raw superstars. They were drafted to Raw. They didn't do a great amount on Raw, I think it's fair to say. They feel to me like SmackDown superstars through and through. In the same way that AJ Styles feels like, it's the house that AJ built, right?
The champ that runs the camp.
Yes, I feel the same way about the Usos. They feel like SmackDown stars to me. So, seeing them come back on this Friday night SmackDown, to me, I know we got the draft the week after, but I hope they end up there again, because it always felt like SmackDown had a lot more in mind for them.
They join a very stacked Friday night SmackDown.
Yes.
Quite a few legends and Hall of Famers coming out for this one. And, of course, the main event of Kofi Kingston defending the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar, which may look a little bit like a Rottweiler chewing a chew toy. I'm slightly concerned that is the way it's going to go. I hope it doesn't, but that's kind of how I feel like it's going to go.
I think that'll be it. They've stacked both Raw and SmackDown with lots and lots of title matches. Not as much as NXT, which, like, every title, I believe, is planned to be defended. North American hasn't been announced yet. Adam Cole might not be there because he's injured. After Matt Riddle locked in that dastardly submission move. So yeah, I'm very happy to see the Usos back. I haven't always said, but I've said in the past year that I think they became the best tag team in the world.
Wow.
And I got a lot of flack, not just from the viewers, but from one Jack the Jobber for saying that. But I really, really do think that. They have had some unbelievable matches, and they're a team who just, they feel like a proper tag team, and there aren't enough of those in the WWE.
In a time where the Rock and Roll Express is still active as well. What a bold, and sometimes the Bushwhackers. What a bold...
No, they're not.
They are a little
Luke's
bit.
still going, but no, Butch isn't going
He's
anymore.
the Bushwhacker.
No, that's Stewie Uso.
Yeah, naughty Stewie. That's gotta be Cain, said the guys at Triple Mania when a lad under a mask turned up. Cain Velasquez, who made his wrestling debut at Triple A's Triple Mania and genuinely blew people away.
He was very impressive.
Oh my days, that man doing arm drags and leapfrogs and hurricane ranas. Oh my gosh, it was like Dennis Rodman born again, only slightly better.
Slightly?
Not much better. Well, do you know what? This speaks for itself because he has caught the eye of both WWE and AEW, Adam Pacitti.
Why wouldn't either company want him? I know it can be very frustrating as wrestling fans to see, especially like somebody come into the company who is very likely to be a part-timer.
Yeah.
That is frustrating. But the guy has such crossover appeal. Why wouldn't they want him? He's recently trained at the WWE Performance Center and he was just so impressive in that AAA match.
Unbelievable. I kind of hope that, I mean, the big money is the WWE deal, it seems like. However, the sticking point, slightly, is he's got this UFC contract at the moment, which allows him to wrestle, but apparently only seems to allow him to wrestle in Mexico.
Yes.
So Dave Meltzer talked about this on Wrestling Observer Radio a couple of hours ago, and he said that the issue, AAA are okay using him in Mexico for wrestling matches, but their show at San Jose in California at the end of this week, AAA have been told can't even do a run-in. Like, we want absolutely, what's the wording? No physical activity, the show in America, despite the fact he's doing Hurricane Ranas and planchas when he's in Mexico. But so obviously there's some sticking points there, but I love the idea of Brock Lesnar and Cain Velasquez, the dream rematch in WWE this time.
What I really like about Cain Velasquez, and the interviews that I've seen where he's talking about wrestling, is he's a guy with real actual passion for professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's necessarily just a big payday for him to come in and make lots and lots of money. So maybe I jumped to a conclusion there by saying, hey, he's definitely going to be part-time. Maybe we will see him more regularly if he does sign with the WWE. I wouldn't be anti it at all, and especially with the Fox deal and them wanting a more sports-like presentation. There are rumours that Shayna Baszler is going to be called up from NXT and go there. That makes sense as well. There's some great matches that can be had there. Brock Lesnar, of course, I think we're going to see him very likely.
Shane McMahon, a quality MMA performer.
Exactly, he can do the lot. He's everything.
He's every man, isn't he?
He is. So yeah, I'm not anti this at all. And if it puts more eyes on the product, I understand where they're going to do it. And yeah.
Come see us, Cain. Come say hi. Look in my eyes. What do you see? CM Punk as plaintiff 3. The lawsuit between Colt Cabana and CM Punk looks like it has finally come to an end, Adam Pacitti, after
Thank the Lord. This has been dragging on for an awful long time. So this comes after CM Punk took legal action against Dr. Chris Mann of the WWE. And Colt Cabana was involved because he was talking about him on Colt Cabana's podcast. And CM Punk reportedly said that he would cover all of Colt Cabana's legal costs, which he then didn't do, and so those two got into some legal scuffles, and they're not friends anymore, which is the saddest part of all of this. But it has been settled out of court. It's done, and the county judge, Daniel J. Kubias.
I struggle with this on the podcast. I'm pretty sure it's Kubias.
Kubias.
Yes.
The cause of action has been fully compromised and settled, and the parties have stipulated and agreed to the dismissal of the complaint with prejudice, and the court further finds that all costs have been paid. It's over. It's over. But CM Punk has taken to Twitter, and he said some pretty... Well, I'll just read this, right? So he's replying to a fan who's gotten involved in the discussion of this lawsuit ending. And CM Punk, or CM Puck as he is here, I can't see this because he's blocked me on Twitter, he says, he sued me! He wanted to end this dumb he started. I asked to speak to him, he declined. I asked to enter mediation, he declined. I offered money, it wasn't enough! I never wanted any of it. He's as greedy as you are ignorant to who I am and fooled by he is. And then a little gif of, is that little young Wednesday
Adams? I think it's the Adams family.
And Lurch.
Yeah.
And she's dancing away like that. We can't play it.
I think you might say random on GIF.
Right. So CM Punk, that's the sad thing here, is it doesn't look like they're going to be mates anytime soon. This has been settled out of court, but we're not going to see the great team of CM Punk and Scotty Goldman in the WWE that we all really desperately wanted to see.
Do you think there is a coinky-dink between
the timing's weird, isn't it?
Timing of this, the ending of the dismissing of the case, and CM Punk going for a coffee and a sandwich in Stamford?
Well, apparently he had a tryout with Fox for the new FS1 show with Renee Young, like a sit-down, like not a show reel, what's the thing? A teaser, tape. You know what I mean?
Pilot.
Yeah. So he's auditioned for that role. There's still an opportunity or a chance that he may even pop up on that show. It's currently Booker T, but who knows? It is odd timing, isn't it, for this to be happening this week? And I don't want to just keep up with the CM Punk speculation because every news channel does it. But good
CM Punk to SmackDown confirmed.
There you go. There's the headline.
100% confirmed.
You've already clicked it.
He's doing a run-in in the Lesnar Kofi match, definitely. And finally, we end today's with a little tip of the hat to Rick Bognor, who passed away over the weekend at the age of just 49 years old. Long-term wrestling fans will know Rick Bognor primarily for his role as the fake Razor Ramon in the late 90s. He also had a great career in Japan under the name Titan. And just from what we've gathered, and it's so sad that it takes a wrestler passing to realise this, like from what we gathered, he was incredibly loved by a lot of the wrestling fraternity. Totally.
Tributes have been pouring in from numerous former WWE superstars, current WWE superstars. We've got some here. Cain, not Velasquez, Glenn Jacobs, the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee. Sorry to hear about the passing of Rick Titan Bognor. After his wrestling career, best known for his runs in Japan, Rick became a very successful life coach and speaker, helping people work through life's difficulties and find inner peace. # rest in peace. Brian Heffron, aka the Blue Meanie. Sad to hear about the passing of Rick Bognor / Rick Titan. Great and funny guy from the first time I met him in ECW. Some remember him as Fake Razor Ramon. That gig came out of him doing it on an ECW house show. He popped the boys and the crowd. Godspeed, Rick. Chris Jericho also taking to Instagram. Sorry to hear about the passing of my old friend Rick Titan. Rick was a constant opponent and friend from the first month I moved to Calgary in 1990, all the way until we and Lance Storm worked for WAR in Japan in 1995. He ended up in WWE as Fake Razor Ramon and then became a motivational speaker. But there are countless tributes being paid to him. I actually have a friend who interviewed him numerous times for a really little known online sort of chat show that he does. And he's devastated because he loved the guy. But apparently he's just the nicest, warmest man who, this is a very small show, didn't do many hits at all, but he was always really happy to do it just because he liked the guy and he was a lovely bloke, loved talking about his time in the WWE, his time in Japan. And yeah, it's very sad. Somebody at such a young age, 49, to pass away is tragic. And
I think when you look back at sort of 96, 97, when they did the whole Fake Razor, Fake Diesel thing, like you can imagine that if Twitter was a thing then, like Rick Bognor would have been savaged for this, and all he did was take an opportunity. And you know what? For all it was worth, he ran with it. He absolutely ran with it. And today we end the show by tipping the cap, raising a glass to Big Titan. Big love, sir.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. You can follow us on Twitter at Cultaholic. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to us on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.